One Good Seed,
Woo,
the
woo,
game.
woo.
And I recently was awarded a grant from the Arts and Science Council of North Carolina and Cabarrus Arts Council. Um, for $3,000. It was my very first time writing a grant, and I wrote a grant because I introduced this game 4 years ago. I have since sold to over 200 families, and I'm looking to sell out. And one of the challenges that I've had along the way is how to best tell my story so that I don't have to lay out this long roadmap of what it does and how to do it. And I can share something that you could quickly get it in 30 seconds or less. And while I think I can win an Emmy with my editing, that is just literally not in my wheelhouse. And so my grant really was like, I need professional help to put this vision together. What does this look like? And you know what? This year, I'm learning to ask for help. This is me asking for help. I got some referrals. And when I hit Stephanie's Instagram, what I was looking for was someone who was a storyteller, someone who could convey a story into visual form that I felt like they had that versus what I saw, and someone that just looked like they enjoyed what they were doing. And my goal really in business that I write out is I want to have clients and mentors and people around me that feel like family, that feel like I can invite them to the house to have fun, to play a game, to play One Good Seed. And Stephanie feels that bill absolutely. We've met twice now, and it's like pure magic. But I'll let her introduce herself in her way. But I wanted to just share a little bit behind the scenes as we're preparing for a big event to do what we came here to do, which was to put One Good Seed in visual form. But I'll let Stephanie introduce herself.
I mean, you did a pretty great job. So anything I do will probably go. But no, anyway, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm happy that we met because, like you said, out of the two times that we have been in person, it's been like, oh my gosh, okay, don't look at the time, don't look at the time. We just wanted to keep talking about One Good Seed and then all the other things that we get into talking about and don't know how to separate. But yeah, I am Stephanie or Steph Allman. And that is my dream. I love storytelling. I have since I could hold my dad's, yeah, like back in the 90s, when cameras were like really, really big. My
Mhm.
dad ended up getting one from his coworker, and he sat that heavy thing on my shoulder. And it was like, it wasn't even color. It was like this blue, black, and white. Done. And ever since then, I've even recorded myself doing some, newscast stuff at 10 and 14 and this, that, and the other. And so I've just always loved the idea of storytelling. I'm learning that everyone has a story to tell and it is unique. And that sounds, when you only look at it from the surface level, you're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Everybody has their own life. Everyone has a story to tell. But when you take the time and you get to know people and you know their story, it enriches your life. And
Mhm.
that's why I love what I do because, one client I have can be an author. The next client is a therapist. You wrote, okay, you have this game that you have, but all the other things that are you, like I'm like, ooh, I get to help her sell this game by showing the world all the meat and potatoes and the ice cream and all these little parts of you that go into this game. And so, yeah, anytime I get a client where it's like, oh, I've never experienced this before, I get the chance to be a part of something awesome. It just propels me. And to have the relationship that we are already building is exciting too. But that's who I am. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina, or in the on the outskirts, but most of my clients are in Charlotte, North
Mhm.
Carolina, and I do service the region depending on the scope of the project. But that's who I am. I'm multifaceted. I'm a videographer, storyteller, and mother. I am soon to be a published author. Fingers crossed. And a traveler. So lots of hats, lots of titles, lots of passions, and a master gardener. So I will go and play out in the dirt any day.
And that I will leave you to have that. My tribe knows me that I have My version of outside is I went to Hawaii, and my favorite thing about being in Hawaii was that the hotel had a lawn in front of the beach. And
Oh
I
wow.
started my morning out on the porch on the outside, and then I would prepare for my day. And my the friend I was traveling with, she loves the beach. So it was perfect because I had my lawn chair, I had my umbrella, my blankets, my books on the lawn, and she just went back and forth to the water, and I was like in heaven. I was like, this is why I don't like the beach, because I don't like sand.
You got
And
that on.
and the lawn just made it absolutely stunning for me because I can watch the beach, I can watch the waves and hear it, and I don't have to be on the sand. But my friends know I am not that outside person, that they know when they catch me outside, they're like, it's something quite special. But so yeah, I celebrate that in you. We do have that travel in common, which we already talked about. But
Yeah.
I kind of prepared a question because I was like, I wanted to just kind of like dig a little deeper of like your magic, right? I know
Hmm.
for me, when I think about like traveling, what I would like to do, where I would like to do, my really one of my manifesting goals is to be able to host people in other countries to meet artists where they live. That's really what I want, to be able to tell those stories. And even with the game, I literally in my mind created like my superhero pack of people I would love to play with. Like I would love to do this with, right? Do you have a version of that, like with you, like a destination that you would like to travel to and photograph? Like what does that look like for you?
Um, so trying to narrow down since I am a um, multi-faceted, multi-gold, multi-passion person, it's like my dream is having, like you, a lot of things align.
Hmm.
I do find that I get a lot of joy in the nonprofit space,
Hmm.
just how quickly you can see um, the goodness that can occur when you put your hands to these great projects, these great people, these people that need the service, whatever capacity it may be. But my ideal, I guess, client slash destination, first of all, anywhere in the world, but somewhere I can go and I am documenting the good work or the need somewhere else, whether
Hmm.
that be Jamaica, India, Indonesia, Philippines, wherever it is. If I'm there and I am helping to tell the story, the untold story, the things
Hmm.
that, you know, how people who are driven
Hmm.
to fulfill a need, they're not worrying about the story, they're not
Hmm.
worrying about it, they are doing the job.
Right.
I want to tell the story. You know, for a
Wow.
while I thought I wanted to be in news and journalism, but news and journalism have their own agendas.
Hmm.
And it's usually about something that's just going to make you cry. You know, there's a lot of heartbreak in the world. There's so much heartbreak, so much raw
Hmm.
evil, but I want to show that other side. I want to create the documentaries and the people who just, when you see their lives, it makes you have a little bit more faith in humanity and what
Hmm.
we can do when we all work together. So any country, any place, documenting the good while, you know, me doing this service is also paying the bills, and it all lines up. And of course I'm outside 90% of the time. That would be great. And water's nearby, you know. Okay, you know what? I take it back. I won't say anywhere because I'm thinking about, I just described sunny. I just described outside. I do not want to go to Antarctica or northern Canada. No, no. I'd rather keep my fingertips from freezing off while I'm doing my job. So most places that have livable climates,
Okay.
if I could be
That's
specific.
that is fair. I mean, you do have to have your fingers to work, and
Yeah.
I mean, like that needs to be, like where that's
Yeah.
feasible.
I
But
do have
no.
a heart for Asia, for
Hmm.
living there for 4 years. So would love to go back and spend time there. But there's so many other places
Yeah.
and whatnot that I would love to just explore and get into.
Yeah. I just love that. I love finding people that are passionate about seeing other parts of the world. And so, like, we touched on quite a few things because when we first met, it was kind of like, how do we see this like day? We narrowed it down to a day, right? A day that we want to create.
Yeah.
Um, and what I shared with you and my vision was like, there's normally a version of people that show up either to play or get coerced into playing that have no idea really what it is. And you can
Yeah.
always see that level of hesitation in their face, and they're doing it to be polite. They're like, I'm going to do whatever it is you're
Right.
asking. I'm going to, you know, it's peer pressure just because you're just trying not to be stank for no reason. But you're like, I really don't have it in me, but I don't want to just
Yeah.
outright be rude to this lady because she looks nice enough. But there's always a version of this where I encounter people really not sure what it is. And
Hmm.
the first round of stories, the first belting out of laughter, everybody's hooked. Everybody wants to start the next story. And that's basically the path. And you saying, okay, we need to capture that in real form is
Yeah.
really like where we align to like a day because some people that are going to be coming, don't really know what we're going to do necessarily. And so there might be some of the hesitations. The people may not all know each other. So there's going to be that. They've never laughed together. And like I'm loving the ability, what I see that you've shared is like trajectory or path from people that have very limited awareness of each other to this very
Hmm.
much like we're laughing and we've had this connection, which is what One Good Seed is all about. And it's about people coming together. For those that don't know, it's named One Good Seed. Now I know it was named long before I had this revelation, but One Good Seed really reflects what's left over when we have left the space that we're in. And
Hmm.
because every time I've played it, I've told stories with people, there's always a moment they were like, this is pretty cool. This is really cool and I really like it and I would have never thought. And I cannot wait for us to build that. We're not gonna share everything, but we're gonna share that it's a day. I'm gonna share that I'm gonna be doing a call out for people to come and host. It's gonna be a small group, so it's not gonna be a large group.
It's
We
gonna be
it's
fun.
gonna
It's
be
gonna be fun.
fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be intentional but fun. And I feel like I'm just excited for your vision because I know like you have that overall vision of like what you see is happening in the space. I know it's fun because I know that I'm capable of hosting amazing events and I'm hosting people in a way they feel comfortable enough to let their guard down. I'm comfortable in that. I'm leaving to you for the technicality and the logistics of the thing. But
Yeah.
I'm excited about the ability to bring this to life in a real way. And we wanted to just bring you into our conversation a little bit about what we're doing. I wanted you to meet. I've been calling you Stephanie. Is Steph? Is that what do you?
Yeah,
That's
oh, it's Stephanie, Stephalopoulos, Steve, Steven, Steffers. I mean, it just,
I
yeah.
like it, Stephanie, because I like that it's spelled differently.
Yes.
And
Yeah, people usually call me Stephanie. I sometimes, because of all the names that go through my head, I'm like, I know my business name is Steph, so should I stick with Steph? But it's Stephanie. Honestly, it's Stephanie or Steph. Either is fine.
okay. Well, I go by Kim or Kimberlyn, and people ask me the difference. And I'm like, I literally go by both. You see, Kim is right on my screen. And so I go by both. So I just want to make sure. But I
Thank
just
you.
only stop people at Kimberly. When they get to Kimberly, I'm like, it's not Kimberly. It's like, try again. You've added extra letters and syllables. Like, let's try again. So
They just stop reading your name after the first three letters and just make up the rest.
this sounds good enough. I've got part
Oh,
of it. It's good enough. But I don't want to like keep people long, but I wanted to see your
yeah.
face. Like, I want to do two things. One, I want you to share a little bit about kind of your vision for the day a little bit. And then how would you like people to find you and where do you want them to find you to connect with you more if they want to learn more about you and what you offer or see what I saw and maybe they have a project coming up, but like so those two things, if you can share those two things.
Sure. So for the project, I'm really excited. I think as we're still working through everything, we're going to just basically spend the day on set. And we're going to work with the people who sign up to be a part of the day and create these different scenarios, whether it be a group of friends or whether it be a family setting, whatever it may be. We're going to recreate these settings. And like you said, the genuine part is going to come in where there will be a little bit of awkwardness because people may not know each other. But just being able to capture those bits and pieces in time and then piece them together to create these shorts, I think will be either funny or endearing or touching, whatever it may be. Just
Mhm.
looking to show people what happens when they play this game.
Mhm.
Like when you step out there and decide to purchase it, of course, and then bring it to those you love or bring it to those you want to bring together, those who may not know. A lot of young people out there who, when you look at them, you're going to see this, and people don't know anything but that. And so that's the good thing about this game is it gives people opportunity for community, for growth, for love, for friendship, these things to be nurtured and birthed. But I just want to recreate that. I think what we're going to do, like 4 different scenarios,
Mhm.
is what we're going to capture, and then we'll see it when it comes out. But as far as how to reach, or if you have any questions, of course, I am a person. I would rather pick up the phone. I get it. People love texting. Call me. I love to chat it out. But if you want to see my work, you can go to my Instagram, my website. Do I need to give them the
I'll
username, or
put it
you?
in the show notes. I'll put it in the
Okay,
notes and just
so
say I'll share it.
I don't embarrass myself because I always get confused. What your name is. I'll make sure I'll just leave that to you. But yeah, stephallmanproductions.com or my Instagram is where I usually post a lot of my work.
Mhm.
And if you have any questions, just reach out. I'm always game for a good chat because one of my clients teach me something new.
Mhm.
I don't know if that sounds selfish, but I really that part of working with new clients and even old clients. So I'm always learning something, growing, and excelling is the whole point of it all. So reach out and we'll see what we can create together.
I love that. I cannot wait. We're narrowing down a date. We do have a date in mind, but until we finalize it all, I will share that. But it's coming up. My goal is to get it done this month. My goal really is to get it this date today, this week, this month, and what that looks like. But if you're watching this and you're thinking, shoot, I don't want to wait for the whatever, it's online, it's $35. I ship free within the continental United States. If you live in Asia, you'll have to reach out. We'll have to have a conversation about that. But I am shipping. It's people are using it in professional settings, personal settings with their grandchildren. It's just something that if you like to laugh and you have people around you that like to laugh, or even people that show up like I have, people are like, I don't know if I like to laugh, but I'm game, right? They're like, they come in with an attitude and they leave like feeling like, man, that was actually fun. If you have people like
Yeah,
that, this is
yeah.
the game for them because it's super easy. It's super easy to start a story. It's super easy. It's really quick and you get it right away, which is why we need these videos because me saying it, you're like, I don't think that sounds like fun, but it is.
I think it sounds.
Well, I don't give myself enough credit. I sell
There
people.
we go.
I don't give myself credit, right? Because I feel like when I say it, I'm like I'm so serious. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so meaningful to me that people get together and they laugh. I'm like, I created that. But 440 cards are in here. That's a lot of stories, right? And
Mhm.
so I'm so glad to have met Stephanie. And every time I meet someone that feels like family, that feels like this is someone I can sit down and have a coffee with, and we can just be talking. I'm not looking at the time. I feel like that is manifestation. That's like literally saying,
Yep.
send me people that I feel this way toward, and I cannot wait
Yep.
for us to feel like what we're going to produce together. Her producing me, just being me, because again, I'm I'm going to do
That's
my
how I like
part.
it.
I'm gonna do my part. So, but I will drop the information in the post and reach out if you have any questions. Look for more information of how you can be involved with the project. And, next year I'll be celebrating, 5 years of the birth of this idea. And I am thinking about hosting a major event to celebrate that. So let me know if you want to be involved in that as well. So anyway, until next time, I bid you farewell. You know where to find me. And if you needed your one good seed for today, which I sometimes drop in my lives on Facebook, what I will share is you can't finish if you don't ever get to the starting line. So there's
Amen.
your one good seed.
Yep.
If you needed something today,
There we
because
go.
I had to tell myself that. I wrote this down in 2018, and in 2020, I picked it out of a notebook and said, I'm going to birth this. But if I had never wrote it down, if I had never went back to the notebook, and if I hadn't reached out and says, hey, I think I have an idea. What do you think? And one step at a time, but guess what? It was one good seed at a time. So. Oh, well. All right.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks for having me today. It's been awesome as usual.
All righty. Bye-bye. Uh,
Bye.